In this demo, we are going to see how constraint delegation works and what gets recorded in the security logs and in network monitor trace. We are going to test a double hop configuration with constraint delegation. Here is a high-level configuration of the lab. We have a client machine used by user 1, a KDC, a web server called app1 running IIS, and a Microsoft SQL database server called DB1. User 1 was granted access to SQL and is going to connect to my app1 web page on app1 server, which is then going to connect to SQL on DB1 under user 1's credentials. The application server is running a web application called Kerberos Test, created and published by Zed Bowden, which is available on GitHub. The application is connecting to SQL Server running on the host DB1. Here is a quick review of the configuration. We created the necessary DNS and SPN records, added my app1 website to the local intranet zone for user 1, and opened the necessary firewall ports. Then we created two service accounts, in this case plain user accounts, and granted them the necessary permissions to run IIS app pool and SQL service. The mid-tier service account is configured for constraint delegation, and DB1 is listed as the resource service. User 1 is not member of the protected users group, and it's not market sensitive. On the web server, we deployed Kerberos test application in the default website, and configured the website for my app1 hostname. The Kerberos test application is configured to run under its dedicated application pool, called my app1. The application pool is running under its dedicated service account, called my app1 SVC. The application is configured for Windows authentication with Negotiate Provider, and kernel mode authentication is enabled. We enabled impersonation and configure it for authenticated users. We can see all the details here. We also enabled Use App Pool Credentials feature. And on the DB1 server, we configured the SQL Server service to run under its DB1 SVC service account.